Imagine a duck gliding across a lake. As an onlooker, the duck looks calm and relaxed. But what you do not know is that under the surface, the duck is frantically paddling to stay afloat. This idea is also related to the Stanford duck syndrome, the idea that Stanford students on the surface look calm and put together, but beneath the surface are frantically paddling to stay afloat and on top of all their work. Aware of this phenomenon, Stanford in 2006 launched a big research project to study the well-being of Stanford students. What they found was startling. 32% of students were experiencing unhealthy high levels of stress. 23% of students were experiencing depression, and 12% had contemplated suicide. Concerned, especially of the implications on a greater scale, Stanford took big steps into improving the wellness programs here at Stanford. They did 3 things. They added 4 new classes to the wellness programs here, dedicated purely to happiness and wellness. They hired more clinical physicians and launched I Thrive, an online database for all the programs and resources offered on wellness here at Stanford. All of these are great steps and great improvements to the programs, but I was curious as to how they were doing now. Have they had wellness improved at Stanford? Are Stanford students happier? Are Stanford students aware of these opportunities? Are they taking advantage of these opportunities? What I found out was, although these are great things, it's not enough. Stanford, there's still a larger cultural issue that's at the root of the problems that Stanford is trying to solve. For one, these programs aren't advertised well enough. 63% of respondents to my survey thought that they were not well aware of the wellness opportunities here at Stanford. 92% of them didn't even know that I Thrive existed, a key component to Stanford's improvement of the wellness programs here at Stanford. Secondly, why would you add to your stress of classes when you're already feeling overwhelmed to add another class to wellness? The survey also corresponded with this because 80% of students thought an added required class on wellness wouldn't necessarily improve their stress here. Thirdly, if these classes and programs have limited space, not everyone can benefit from them. And fourth and finally, most importantly, they're band-aid solutions to a larger cultural issue of stress, happiness, and well-being. Stanford researchers of the 2016s were aware of this, stating, beyond what we, the Stanford Wellness Program researchers, can do, a shift in cultural norms and expectations is needed. What does that look like? How does that change how we are going to interact in our lives? A great example is Bhutan. They are a very small small country, developing country, and in 1970, the king of Bhutan saw immersed in saw developed countries on a pursuit of economic growth. What he observed is often countries pursue economic growth, which increases your economy, increases money, but also and leaves a few people successful in being able to reap the benefits of this economic growth, but also leaves a bunch of people isolated and impoverished. Concerned for his people in this process, he decided to come up with the term gross national happiness, GNH. The idea that as his country developed, he would also promote self-fulfillment and happiness among his people. To do this, he implemented lots of social gatherings, added value, taught the importance of family values in classrooms, additionally encouraged cultural involvement. He was also aware that for the pursuit of happiness, you need
Okay, you can just keep going in this view.
Okay.
Were you right clicking?
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, alright. Well, let's get caught up here. Basically, the importance of what Bhutan has done and has seen increased happiness in their country was that they put a value on happiness and the balance of happiness and economic growth. They are experiencing good national gross domestic product as well as happiness among their country. Importance was the value that they put on happiness. We need to honor our Declaration of Independence and equip our people to pursue happiness. To do this, before anything can change, we need to add value on happiness. Then we will see a change in the structure of how we get there. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.